Hello friends, this is video 1, and in this video I am going to tell you about evolution of Indian administration, and this is the first topic in paper 2 of public administration. So in this evolution of Indian administration, following topics are there, that is Kautilya's Arthashastra, Mughal administration, legacy of British rule in politics and administration, and then these are the some Indianization of public services. So this is part of British rule. Then revenue administration, district administration, and local self-government. These three are parts of British rule, as well as Mughal administration and Kautilya's Arthashastra also. So today I will tell you about Kautilya's Arthashastra. We will start from there. And before we start this particular topic, I want to tell you that every year at least one question or two questions come from this evolution of Indian administration, and it covers maybe 20 marks to 40 marks every year. So this is extremely important topic. And another important thing is that the public administration paper 2 starts with question from these particular issues. So first question will be for Kautilya's Arthashastra or Mughal administration. So there you can have a very good impact on the examiner if you write very well in these particular topics. So we will start. So before telling you about Kautilya's Arthashastra, I will tell you what are the questions that came in the previous years, and then we will later read about Kautilya, and then you can answer those questions. So they are very easy. So the questions that came in last 20 years. So this question came in 2014. That is, ethics is public services has been the central concern of Kautilya's Arthashastra. Critically examine the statement. Critically examine means you have to give the pros as well as cons of ethics in public services by Kautilya. So there are both sides, and you will come to know later. And then another question was that Indian administration is said to be characterized by its three features. Viz means that are Weberian structures, Kautilyan practice, and Gandhian rhetoric. Examine the statement. So here they have clearly given three particular parts. One is Weberian structure, so you should know about bureaucracy. Then Kautilyan practice, that you will learn right now. What was the Kautilyan practice? Why was Kautilya so much practical in Arthashastra? And then Gandhian rhetoric. What are the Gandhian principles and why they are called rhetoric? These three things are there. So you have to just examine the statement in light of the real situations according to these three things. Then next question came in 2012. That is, the Arthashastra is a book of political realism. Elaborate. So this is clearly defined in Arthashastra. It just talks about reality rather than going into too much moralism and losing the real part, like Plato's rule of law, or all the Plato's compositions are based on too much morality, or Aristotle, they are means idealism rather than realism. But Arthashastra is totally realistic. So we'll study it later. Then in 2010 this question came. The rule of king depends primarily on written orders. Why did Kautilya favor codification of laws? So right now also you know that our Indian laws are codified, basic laws are codified in constitution, and then other laws are, legal laws are also codified in gazette. Then in 2009 the question came like, comment on the view that despite different context, administrative maxims of Kautilya's Arthashastra bear considerable similarity with features of Weber ideal bureaucratic model. So you have to give the context of Kautilya's Arthashastra, that is socio-economic political condition of Arthashastra, and then Weber's bureaucratic model. You have to give all the socio-economic political conditions of Weber, and then you have to compare and contrast what are the similarities and what are the differences. So this question is again of 20 marks. All the questions are of 20 marks each. Okay, and you can see that they are coming regularly. Again in 2007 this question came that Kautilya was not only the foremost politico-administrative thinker of ancient India, but he was an advocate and preacher of moral values too. So again something is moralistic also, and something is practical also, that you have to learn. Okay, then in 2006 this question came that in the happiness of his subjects lies the happiness of king. In their welfare, his welfare. So comment on Kautilyan state administration. In what respects is modern democratic rulers' behavior different from Kautilyan rulers? So again, if you will know the basic things, you can easily answer this. And I want to tell you one thing more is that when you read some statements or quote like this, then you can directly write these quotes in your answers also, in other answers. So say for example, before this they are asking about moral values. So here you can write about that Kautilya has said that in happiness of his subjects lies the happiness of king, and like that. So you can actually use these questions as answers also. Then in 2003 this question came, the Arthashastra is India's oldest complete text on public administration. So you have to tell about what are the public administration concepts given in Arthashastra. So this is also very good question. Then in 2001 question came that the machinery of government designed in Kautilya's Arthashastra does not exactly resemble our modern day polity, but it does contain some principles which could be said to be the part of today's science of public administration. So again, you have to tell what are the things which are not taken from Arthashastra, but some of the things in modern polity are similar to Arthashastra. So you have to again compare and contrast between modern polity and Kautilya's Arthashastra. So this is 2001 question. And then in 1998 one question came that Kautilya's Arthashastra has significant relevance to the contemporary Indian administration. So again, you have to tell what are the moral features and what are the good things, what are the things which actually made Arthashastra such a huge success in Ashoka's time, and it was like real book for administration for ancient rulers. So again, you have to tell the significant relevance of Kautilya's Arthashastra, and this is the question again of 20 marks. So you can see that a lot of questions have came from this particular topic, and now we will study the concepts of Arthashastra as well as Kautilya. So let's end this video here, and in next video I will start the Kautilya's Arthashastra. Okay, thank you.